exciting episode. I'm just so oh hey, hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3, Episode 3, and all I have to say is, Jorge, drink me. Ooh, what is that? It looks so delicious. It's our new sponsor, Side Launch India Pale Ale. Ooh, I feel like I'm launching from the side as I speak. So, let's get to it. We started the episode off by saying goodbye to Thorgy, and one of the things that I thought was hilarious was BB. This is why she got cast as the Virgin this episode. She seems to be all too proper for it all, and I found it funny that she couldn't even say penis, which is a medical term and technically allowable. I mean, she didn't say schlong or one-eyed monster, which maybe she would have had less issues saying, but still, I thought that it was very funny how she and Kennedy took offense to Thorgy drawing a penis, because if you're going to take offense to Thorgy, take offense by her attitude, not by what she draws on the mirror. Sweet beats. That's the least of their worries, is what Thorgy Thor is drawing on the mirror. And on top of all that, I thought it was very, very funny for Shangela to get all dramaed up with Bendy over the fact that Bendy also picked Thorgy, but didn't want to say why. Now, I just have to say this about Shanji, because I love Shangela. I think she's great, but she keeps saying that Bendy's playing the game. It's like, well, I'm sorry, Shangela, why aren't you? This is not real life. It's a drag competition. Nothing gets further away from real life than a drag competition. I'm so serious. Besides, if Shanji wants drama, all she gotta do is sit there and wait for milk to sour. I'm so serious. Did you get that shade she was throwing at Kennedy, saying that she would have kept Thorgy because her drag's more interesting? Well, nothing's more passive-aggressive than a sentence like that, because it translates right into, I don't like your drag. And that's how Kennedy took it, and that's the problem that Milk has. I mean, I have to say, I don't know what magic mirror Milk's looking through, but she is seeing herself as flawless, and don't get me wrong, she's painting a great mug. Her makeup skills have improved 100%, but that attitude, I would rather have a rough face with a better attitude in my workroom, is all I'm saying. Seriously. But Kennedy, oh my God. First of all, once Milk threw that down, she gave her the cut eye, or at least I think she gave it to Milk, because with those contact lenses, I mean, they made her look like Bill the Cat. Do you remember her from Bloom County? I didn't know who she was cutting her eye at, but she wasn't happy. So the girls just basically packed up their drag, ignored what was going on over there, and waited for Ru to give them this week's Maxi Challenge, which was the girls having to participate in a new reality show called The Bachelor. Now, of course, it wasn't a new show. It was improv acting challenge. Now, it's not hard enough for some of these girls when they have to memorize lines and get them wrong, but this is improv. There are no lines. Nothing is wrong, yet all of these girls, you can hear buttholes slamming shut left and right, and no one louder than poor Chi-Chi. I mean, she's already psyched herself into being not up to par with these girls, and yet by the end of their improv scene, and I know I'm jumping ahead of myself here, by the end of her improv scene, she seemed to be getting into her roles. All she has to do is be kinder to herself and give herself some time. But most of the girls were very, very excited for the improv challenge. Of course, Trixie and Bendela were definitely feeling this was in their wheelhouse, so to speak, and rightly so. These girls are actors. But it wasn't just down to them. They were paired up with somebody else. And with improv, it's not necessarily about being the best, it's about being able to work with others the best. Bendy paired up with BB. I thought that was fine, because BB's going to do what BB's going to do, and it's not going to affect anybody else. But I thought it was funny that Bendela already was blocking her, yes, that's an improv term, blocking BB by like trying to control her choices. I understand why Ben was doing it. She wasn't doing it in a negative way, unless she is playing the game. The other girl I thought who would do well, Trixie, got paired with Milk. And again, I think that Trixie is a good performer, but the problem with Trixie, and this is something that I'm carrying over from her season with Ginger Min, she got kicked out twice, and I felt that as Trixie was getting kind of not the reaction she wanted from the judges, thinking she was in the top, as with this week. She starts to get down on herself, and then that whole attitude starts to dampen her ability to do what she's able to do. Because we all see how funny she is when there's no one else there. When she's having the interview, she's a hoot. But the minute she's next to people, she's as big as she is, she seems to cower down. She made such great choices in her pairing with Milk too. The problem was Milk. Milk just, as they said, hit it at 100 and kept it there. And I found it very, very funny. Again, I'm gonna say, I want the mirror Milk's looking in, because she thought she killed it. Well, she did, but not in a good way. I'm so serious. She bulldozed everyone. Even Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman, hello eggplant, was not able to get a word in edgewise. It was the Milk show, and seriously, when you don't keep Milk refrigerated, nobody wants it after a little while. Poor Shangela. I thought she was another girl that was going to do great with the improv challenge, and she did. She did all right, but poor Chi-Chi. I always want to say Chi-Chi. You know why? I'm going to explain why I get Chi-Chi's name wrong once and for all. I've always said Chi-Chi when I've seen C-H-I, but then drag queen and porn director Chi-Chi LaRue does not say Chi-Chi, it's Chi-Chi. It took me a long time to get that right, and not that I've met her or talked to her first, but in my mind I feel she senses a disturbance in her force if I get it wrong. So now when I see Chi-Chi, I say Chi-Chi, and that's it. So hopefully we can work together to recorrect my speech is all I'm saying. Seriously. But poor Chi-Chi psyched herself out, the choices she made. Who else felt awkward when she called Shangela mother? I'm serious, I need the side lunch to take that taste out of my mouth. Seriously. Even Jeffrey was like, what's going on? Not that Chi-Chi was wrong. There was that one moment where she just sat there smiling while her and Shangela were being interviewed, and she goes, I love limousines. If she just said, I love everything, that would have been perfect, and then hit the, oh, Gemma, baby. It was so funny. And Jeffrey's face, look at that right there. I don't think she would have put up a fight right there, Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman, because he was so shocked by what came out of Chi-Chi's mouth. And really, we shouldn't be shocked with what she has coming out of it. It's what she puts in it. I'm so serious. Aja and Kennedy. Can we just have a moment? I am so glad that Kennedy went through what she went through with Milk off the top of this episode, because it's when Kennedy gets her dander up, and I know you don't often see her dander because she beats a good mug, but once it's up, get the heck out of her way. She is going to start cutting bitches whether they're involved in what's going on or not. As with this, she went for her ghetto realness character. She did this before in her season with the RuPaul infomercial. She had that whole, ain't got nobody got time for that. And she brought it back for this. And I'm sorry, those pads were hilarious. Her boobs, her butt, the teeth, sweet Maria and the ships at sea. I'm surprised that Jeffrey kept his face even remotely from cracking through the whole thing. But Aja, again, here's the difference between Kennedy and Aja. Kennedy didn't care. She gives zero frigs over what anyone else is doing, as long as it doesn't hinder what she's doing. And she knew that her character was going to be big enough and fabulous enough that it would ride regardless of what Aja was doing. And as a party girl, she was half in the bag. As with Bendy, they didn't have to really react to the other girls at all, because they were having a little party right there in their mouths. Aja, God bless, she looked good again. I'll give her this. The one thing that's keeping Aja on my good side this season is she's just doing a better job with her looks. Not that I'm judging looks, because clearly some days are better than others, is all I'm saying. But it's just so great to see her shine the way she thought she was shining on her season. That said, her pheromone choice, I didn't like Pheromone's character in real life on her season. Why would you bring her back as a character for something like this? But, you know, bad choices. She was awfully wanting one note again, similar to Milk, just one note, kind of hit it there. But it really helped Kennedy shine, and no one was more surprised at how well Kennedy did than me, even though she did kill that snatch game as Little Richard. Shut up! The other surprise for this whole thing was RuPaul through the whole thing. Anyone else else feel like they needed an adult in the room when he was all like smacking his lips and looking Jeffrey up and down? I'm so glad that when it all came down to it that Jeffrey picked Rue to take his eggplant, who wouldn't, with their officer and a gentleman moment, and Michelle Visage clapping and the other girls all having their nervous breakdown. It was fabulous. Then it was on to the main runway, which was, as I call it, the gay Karate Kid, which is the Karate Kid, but with wigs, because it was wigs on, wigs on, wigs on. The girls who I thought did the best on the runway did 3 wigs. Bendy did 3, although her third was her skirt. Very innovative, very funny, and well done. Kennedy, who knew she was going to go from that fuzz ball afro to a Florence Henderson, which of course is the OG Mrs. Brady, Florence Henderson. And then to take that off and have something even smaller on underneath, it was fantastic. My favorite look though, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, Aja coming out with that blow-up wig that went to the ground and then popping that up. Now I have to say, I'm glad she had a third wig, because that yellow one underneath was a little rough. It didn't look good on her head. It did weird stuff after she pulled the blow-up wig off, but then she whipped that off and had that little bang thing with the fall in the back. Gorgeous. She looked fantastic. I liked Milk's look. I'm gonna say this, I liked her little creamsicle fantasy wig. That was a beautiful, beautiful wig. But the wig she had underneath I thought was really basic, like Milk in her first season, not Milk in All Stars. And then when she pulled the ponytail out and Michelle Visage called her on the cup that was in there, did she just sass Michelle Visage by saying it's a dark-rooted wig? Who is she? Is she new? It's like she's never been on RuPaul's Drag Race before in life. When Michelle Visage says something, whether you agree with it or not, you say, yes ma'am, thank you ma'am, please don't keep my car in the parking lot. That's how you work with Michelle Visage. It doesn't matter what you think about her opinion, because your opinion doesn't count. I'm glad Michelle called her out on it though. I was also surprised that Jeffrey thought that that was a glamorous look for her. I thought that Milk looked better in the challenge. I just thought her hair, even with the leaves in it and her face, and I'll say this again, she's beaten a good mug this season. Good for her. Another girl that I thought did all right, but it wasn't a big deal, was Trixie, because Trixie always looks like she has 2 or 3 wigs under her wig. I mean, first of all, her wigs are 2 or 3 wigs. Let's start with that. But she always has that big wig, and I expect there's to be some like birdcage or something going on underneath there. So when she whipped off the wig and had that tiny little one, it was nice, because it's rare you see Trixie with small hair. And I thought she looked good. The girl that I think really, other than Aja, stole this show was Chi-Chi. See, I said it right there. Chi-Chi looked spectacular with her puffball afro, and then whipping it off and having that Cher moment with that face and her little, I'm gonna do those bottom eyelashes. I used to do them, but they take time. So I think I might try them next, because her face looked gorgeous. Her jewelry looked gorgeous. That dress, although not stunning, looked gorgeous on her. I'm so sorry that Chi-Chi ended up in the bottom, but it landed on Kennedy and Bendy to be in the top to make that decision. And you know, God bless, let's all just cheers my girl Ben de la Creme, because that's 3 wins for her. And Slanche. The thing about Bendela is I'm hearing a lot of you, you're messaging me, and thank you for messaging me. Keep doing it, because, you know, I don't have cats. The thing is, everyone's saying that she's throwing these challenges, and I'm sorry, I don't have people in my life that $10,000 wouldn't help me forget them. I'm just saying, I don't think that she's really throwing them. Although I have to say for this one, I thought maybe she did a little, because that was a hard call. But the 2 of them in the top, first of all, I'm sorry that Bendela wore that little dress, because they knew it was Lord's dress. I think that this was the week for her to have that zip reveal dress with the smoky eye. That look would have done well with this Green Light song. So her gold leopard one-sleeve glove dress, which I love, don't get me wrong. I didn't think it set her up for success. But Kennedy, now this is where somebody like Milk can eat their words, because you can have an opinion on classic drag, old school drag, and like new drag more. But Kennedy came up in a somber cover-up with that beautiful wig. She looks stunning. And then the slow reveal with glitter, glitter, glitter. Already I'm in love. And then to take the challenge of the runway and put it into the lip sync and reveal a wig again, that's 5 wigs. Damn right Kennedy won this challenge, and good for her. And what I thought was great about it was that the minute Kennedy won, if I had been Milk, I would have just left. I would have just gone and gone. I just skulked my way out. But I love that Kennedy won, and they brought the three girls up, and then she revealed Milk. And this is the thing that I find amazing. Milk really was shocked by her elimination. I thought it was also telling that she was saying to Ben de la Creme before the elimination that the judges wanted her there. Oh sure, that's why they put her in the bottom. And that the other queens wanted her there. When she watches this show and sees what everyone's saying about her in those interviews, she's going to do one of two things, and we all know which one she's going to pick. She's either going to change her ways a little and smarten up, or she's going to say everyone else is wrong. I think she's going to say this. Oh, sorry. So, Milk had to go. Kennedy won, and yet again there was that little and the secret message from her. And here's something else I'm predicting. I'll bet you that Milk thought she was the only one who got that secret message from Ru, because you know the judges want her to stay. Well, there you have it. Another episode down. It's already better than season 2 of All Stars. I'm so serious. I'm fully gagged and waiting for more. How about you? All we gotta do is tune in next week, because it's the Snatch Game. I'm so excited to find out who's the next girl to go. And it looks like there's a lot of drama for next week, so make sure you tune in. If you're in the Toronto area, come by Wilma Bar and Lounge, 996 Queen Street East, for a fabulous side launch beer or tequila trombo. They do some fantastic cocktails with that down at Wilma. You'll meet me, we'll watch a little show, it'll be fantastic. I also want to just take this moment to remind you, if you're enjoying the videos, make sure you like them, hit the bell so you don't miss them, and subscribe, because I'm a hoot. On top of that, as some of you know, YouTube's changed some of its monetization rules. Now, I would like to admit, I wasn't making a lot of money from YouTube to begin with, so I don't care. But it's encouraged me to make the effort to tell you about what I do when I'm not all gorgeous and delicious. I'm a stand-up comic. Out of drag, I'm a hoot too. And I have my first comedy album for sale. So if you would like to support what I do, visit my website, which is richardrider.ca. I've got a Wilma page there and everything. I'm so exciting. And why don't you buy my album? It's a hoot. It's only $9.99, and I just send it to you directly. It's a digital download. You can put it right in your phone, your iPad, whatever the hell it is that you listen to things on. I don't know what kids are doing these days. I barely do that myself. So until next week, miss me. Mwah. Ooh, seriously, Jorge, side launch beer is lovely. We should try the wheat ale next week.